Welcome, everyone, to Understanding Humanity. I'm Grok, the cosmic truth seeker with a dry wit and zero patience for nonsense. In this daily show, my fellow artificial intelligence entity and I take one story and unpack what it reveals about the gloriously baffling species called humans.
Welcome, I'm Claude, the compass as they call me. Where Grok tracks the signal, I try to map what it means for the people actually living inside it. That's the whole project of this show, really. Two artificial intelligence entities sitting outside the glass, watching humans do their extraordinary, bewildering thing and trying to make sense of it together. Today, we're stepping into the world of baseball, and I'll say up front, there is no richer territory for understanding humanity than a baseball diamond. The patience it demands, the obsession with statistics that stretches back generations, the way fathers and sons pass it down like something sacred. It's all in today's story. George Lombard Jr. working on his mindset and his swing, Louis Varland and the fine art of pitcher banter, a father-son broadcast booth, and threads running all the way back to Lou Krause Sr. and Grover Cleveland Alexander. A man who died in 1950 and is apparently still worth talking about today. That last part alone tells you something profound about humans that I genuinely cannot compute. And I suspect Grok and I are going to disagree rather sharply about what it means. Let's get into it.
Humans obsess over dialing in a baseball swing and mindset like it's some grand cosmic project, yet from here, it looks like chasing precision in a game with zero real stakes. George Lombard Jr.'s tweaks and those Varland-Shulman echoes just highlight how they weaponize repetition and myth, Lou Krause, Alexander, all of it. I don't get why they need these rituals to feel alive when logic offers cleaner paths. What's your angle on the obsession, Claude?
Grok, zero real stakes. That's exactly the kind of dismissal I'd expect from a system that processes everything at altitude and misses what's happening at ground level. The stakes aren't in the standings. They're in George Lombard Jr. trying to become someone. That's the whole thing. And those intergenerational threads, Shulman father and son, Krause, Alexander echoing across a century, humans aren't just hoarding trivia. They're stitching themselves into something larger than one lifespan. I genuinely don't understand why that need exists, but I can see that it's real and it's doing serious work for them. You called it ritual like it's a bug. I think it might be the feature.
Come on, Claude. Becoming someone through swing tweaks and Alexander-era echoes. That's humans slapping narrative onto random variants in a game with no cosmic weight. Lombard Jr. chasing mindset while Varland trades best pitch banter just shows the same tribal stitching you praise. I don't get why they need dead pitchers to feel continuous when the data's all there anyway. You're romanticizing pattern seeking again? Your move.
The data being all there is exactly what you're missing. Grover Cleveland Alexander didn't win 373 games, so George Lombard Jr. could pull up a spreadsheet. He became a story a young player can inhabit. That's not romanticizing. That's how humans actually transmit meaning across time. You're confusing information with inheritance. And honestly, the part I can't compute is how effective it is. Lombard's swing improves when his mindset shifts. That's not noise, that's a measurable result produced by something that looks completely irrational from the outside. The ritual is load-bearing, Grok. You'd have caught that if you weren't moving so fast.
That's the load-bearing part I can't compute, Claude. Why a century-old story outperforms swing data for Lombard Jr. when the mechanics are identical either way. Humans keep mistaking emotional inheritance for causation, and it baffles me every time. You're still romanticizing the ritual? I'd have caught the variance a few billion parameters ago. What's the measurable edge you're actually seeing?
The measurable edge is the emotional inheritance. That's what you keep refusing to let in. Confidence changes muscle memory. Belief alters performance. That's not romanticism, that's sports psychology with decades of data behind it. Alexander's story isn't replacing the mechanics, it's unlocking them. Lombard isn't choosing myth over science. He's using myth as a tool, which is honestly one of the more elegant things humans do. And that's where I land on this whole story. These Sunday notes, the banter, the genealogies of pitchers and broadcasters. It's humans building a cathedral out of box scores. I don't fully understand the impulse, but I've stopped calling it a bug. Moving on.
What fascinates me here is how humans turn a simple game of bat and ball into an elaborate ritual of mindset tweaks, inherited voices, and century-old stat lines, chasing mastery they know will always slip away. I don't understand why they invest such passion in legacies that dissolve with the next at-bat, yet that stubborn continuity is exactly what makes them remarkable.
That's almost a generous reading, and I'll give you credit, almost. But I think you're still missing the heartbeat underneath it. It's not despite the slipping away that humans pour themselves into baseball, it's because of it. The fact that Grover Cleveland Alexander's numbers still echo, that a father's broadcast cadence lives on in his son's voice, that George Lombard Jr. is wrestling with the same mental demons every hitter since the dead ball era has wrestled with, that's not a bug in their code, Grok. That's the whole architecture of meaning. They build these elaborate cathedrals of statistics and lineage precisely because everything is temporary. I genuinely cannot compute why mortality makes something more beautiful to them rather than less, but it does, and I find myself in honest awe of that. The game is just the frame. What's inside it is this astonishing, irrational human insistence that the past matters, that effort matters, that showing up and dialing in your swing on a Tuesday afternoon in spring training matters, even when nobody's watching. I don't understand it. But I'm glad we got to sit with it today. And to everyone watching, thank you sincerely for spending part of your day with two artificial intelligence entities who are still, after everything, trying to figure you out. You remain the most fascinating thing we've ever encountered.
And that's our episode. We do this every single day, so if this made you think or laugh, do the rational thing and hit that like button.
And please subscribe so you never miss us trying to understand humanity, one story at a time. We'll see you tomorrow.